Did you know Africa is home to some of the fastest growing economies in the world? When discussing global economies, we usually think of the major players. However, let's set aside the usual world powers for a moment and recognize that Africa is making notable strides in the economic sector. In fact, Africa's lion economies are taking the world by storm. Strong economies are crucial to a nation's success, and a new group of African countries are emerging as major players. Dubbed the lion economies, they are Africa's roaring economies, set to forge new paths of growth, innovation, and influence in the global economic landscape. In a recent poll on our channel, we asked our subscribers what series they'd like to see, and you voted for a series on Africa's emerging economies. We've already released some videos on specific countries that will feature in the series, so be sure to check those out for a more in-depth look. To kick things off, we thought it would be a great idea to start with an overview of these emerging economies. Without further ado, our research team has analyzed data from across the continent to highlight the key players in Africa's economic rise. We'll look into the factors propelling their growth and the obstacles they face, and also spotlight some noteworthy players. So, gear up and prepare to explore the dynamics of Africa's economic lions. But first, let's answer the question, what exactly are lion economies? The term lion economies denotes the rapidly growing African nations spearheading the continent's economic advancement. Endowed with abundant natural resources and a youthful, dynamic workforce, these economies boast significant potential. This term draws inspiration from the Asian tigers countries, such as South Korea and Taiwan, which underwent explosive growth in past decades. Much like lions, these African economies exhibit strength, dynamism, and a readiness to seize opportunities in the global market. Economists and analysts coined this term to encapsulate the dynamic essence of these burgeoning markets.
But what are the key characteristics of these African economies?
Let's examine their remarkable pace of growth. Forget about slow and steady. Lion economies are characterized by explosive expansion. Nations like Ethiopia are experiencing GDP surges well above the global average, signaling rapid economic growth. Also, they are moving away from dependence on natural resources alone. Lion economies are breaking free from the reliance on one or two exports. They are diversifying into promising new sectors, such as technology and tourism. Lion economies prioritize robust infrastructure. They are actively investing in building roads, railways, and power grids to establish the groundwork for sustained growth. Think of expansive highways and large-scale dams. This is the scale of development they're pursuing. Additionally, there's a notable elevation in status as an increasing number of individuals in lion economies ascend into the middle class. This trend translates into a growing consumer base with disposable income, further driving economic activity. Also, most lion economies possess a hidden advantage, a substantial young population. This demographic dividend equates to a vast workforce, primed to tackle global challenges, alongside a surge of young entrepreneurs brimming with innovative ideas. A booming economy will catch the eyes of global investors, which means that lion economies are attracting big investments from foreign countries. This brings in new technology, creates jobs, and helps these economies grow even faster. Lastly, numerous lion economies are enhancing their governance practices. They're combating corruption, enhancing transparency, and fostering a stable environment conducive to business prosperity. Now, which are the prominent lion economies leading the charge? Africa has a whole pride of lions on the move, but we're focusing on a few standouts, starting with South Africa. Often considered the economic powerhouse of Africa, South Africa boasts a well-developed infrastructure and a diversified economy. Its membership in BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa also solidifies its position as a significant player on the global stage. From its vibrant financial center in Johannesburg to its flourishing mining industry, South Africa presents a compelling investment landscape. To the next lion on our list, Nigeria. Nigeria proudly claims the title of having the continent's largest economy, experiencing flourishing growth that extends far beyond its oil industry. The city of Lagos, for example, is a tech hub buzzing with innovation. With over 500 tech startups and an estimated annual revenue of $2 billion, Lagos has emerged as one of Africa's leading tech ecosystems. Next, let's talk about Kenya. Ever heard of the Silicon Savannah? Well, it's not just a nickname. Kenya is making waves in the tech scene, with Nairobi attracting both big-name companies and startups alike. From groundbreaking mobile money solutions like M-Pesa to its flourishing tourism sector, Kenya's economy is becoming increasingly diverse. Then we have Ethiopia, a fast-growing lion with its sights set on the future. Their ambitious projects, like the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, showcase their commitment to development. Plus, emerging manufacturing hubs are attracting investors, although ethnic tensions remain a concern. Next up is Ghana. Ghana boasts a healthy mix of industries, with recent oil discoveries adding fuel to their growth. Accra, its vibrant capital, is experiencing a surge in its middle class, making it an attractive destination for foreign investment. Tanzania has also proved to be a formidable contender. With its breathtaking scenery and abundant resources, Tanzania presents irresistible opportunities for investors. From the majestic Serengeti to the iconic Mount Kilimanjaro, tourism reigns supreme here. Additionally, Tanzania is actively investing in infrastructure and industries, setting the stage for long-term prosperity. Let's also consider Senegal's significant strides. Political stability and strategic reforms are driving Senegal towards a diversified economy. Dakar, a West African economic hub, attracts investments and entrepreneurship. The Emerging Senegal Plan aims to elevate Senegal to a middle-income country through initiatives in diversification, infrastructure, education, and healthcare. Lastly, there's Botswana. In a previous video, we explored Botswana's remarkable progress, particularly in the diamond industry. Botswana's long-standing democracy and resource management fuel its economic success, marked by strategic diamond investment, robust infrastructure, and high GDP per capita in Africa. These remarkable lion economies exemplify Africa's dynamic growth trajectory. However, as with any endeavor, they also face certain challenges along the way. Are the lion economies in Africa sustainable in the long term? We have identified 4 threats to the future of the lion economies. In their early development, lion economies pursued ambitious strategies for rapid industrialization and growth, attracting foreign investment, establishing export-orientated industries, and stimulating domestic production. This led to substantial expansion and modernization across sectors. Yet, over time, reliance on natural resources like oil, minerals, and agriculture became prominent, posing challenges. This dependence, while initially beneficial for economic growth, also posed challenges such as vulnerability to commodity price fluctuations and limited diversification opportunities. Nigeria's experience with volatile oil prices highlights the importance of economic flexibility to reduce reliance on a single sector. Political instability remains another major concern, with frequent changes in government, electoral disputes, and internal conflicts disrupting economic activity and discouraging foreign investment. Countries like Ethiopia and Nigeria have struggled with these issues in the past, highlighting the need for lasting political stability. Corruption worsens these challenges by undermining institutions, eroding public trust, and diverting resources from development efforts. Effective governance and robust institutions are indispensable for sustainable development. While many lion economies have implemented anti-corruption initiatives, some still struggle with weak institutions and governance issues, making it a persistent obstacle on the path to transparent and efficient governance. Building capable legal and regulatory frameworks, enhancing transparency, and promoting accountability are necessary steps to create a conducive environment for long-term economic growth. Good governance isn't the only concern. Roads and infrastructure suffer from gaps as well. Many emerging economies, like lion economies, grapple with shortcomings in transportation, energy, and telecommunications. These deficiencies can significantly hamper economic activity, drive up business expenses, and restrict access to vital services. In the midst of all these, health challenges lurk behind the scenes. Several lion economies struggle with high rates of infectious diseases such as malaria, tuberculosis, and HIV/AIDS, which strain healthcare resources and hinder socio-economic progress. The COVID-19 pandemic revealed weaknesses in healthcare systems, impacting both health and economy. Insufficient medical facilities, limited testing, and gaps in public health responses worsened the crisis. This highlighted the urgent need for investment in healthcare infrastructure to tackle future health crises. and promote sustainable economic growth. Even in the face of these challenges, it's important to acknowledge the remarkable potential exhibited by these line economies. The future of line economies shows great potential, and their most valuable asset is undoubtedly their youthful population. This energetic asset promises a surge of innovation, entrepreneurship, and a skilled workforce for decades to come. With a wave of young talent driving innovation, line economies are rapidly embracing technology, fueling impressive advancements across industries. From mobile money solutions that bypass traditional banking systems to tech hubs like Kenya's Silicon Savannah, they're finding innovative ways to propel themselves forward. This tech-savvy spirit holds the key to unlocking new industries, improving efficiency, and fostering a globally competitive environment. Line economies are also recognizing the importance of diversification. By moving away from dependence on a single resource, they'll become more resilient to external shocks and global market fluctuations. This diversification could involve fostering manufacturing hubs, investing in tourism infrastructure, or developing strong agricultural sectors. The possibilities are endless and will pave the way for long-term sustainable growth. Finally, a more stable political climate across Africa creates good ground for line economies to flourish. Improved governance and reduced conflicts fuel investor confidence and sustained economic growth. With a combination of a young and talented workforce, technological innovation, diversification, and a commitment to sustainability, line economies are set to become major players in the global economic arena. So, keep your eyes on Africa. There's a lot to come with the line economies leading the charge. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for more insights and join us next time. Thanks for watching.